Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're gonna be checking out a video titled, Can You Pass Germany's Toughest Drive-In Test? This was a recommended video. I unfortunately don't remember who recommended this video, but thank you for the recommendation nonetheless. Germany should have quite a tough and rigorous process for drive-in because, I mean, you guys got the famous Autobahn and come on, like you just gotta be focused. You just gotta know how to properly drive a car to get a driver's license in Germany, in my humble opinion. If there's one person or one location that I would, have reduced amount of fares drive in with that person, it would likely be a German. Outside of that, I don't. My dad, my mom, that's it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's as simple as that. But yeah, shout out to the Germans and the Autobahns. It's a great thing. I hope to travel on it one day, whether with someone or by myself. Either way, it's an amazing thing. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe. And if you have any recommendations, you can leave those in the comment section, or you can click that link in the pinned comment section where you can suggest videos using a Google form, and I'll check that video out as soon as possible. Without further ado, guys, let's check it out.
Getting your driving license in Germany. It's harder than you might think.
Germans are famous around the world for their cars, so it's really no surprise that they're also renowned as
driving behind the, oh my, I can't talk. A Ford Explorer. Dude, that's a Ford Explorer. That is the most ironic thing you could ever do. Oh my gosh, I guarantee that is a Ford Explorer. Actually, American Cops uses that vehicle, ironically speaking.
very disciplined drivers. How difficult is it to get your driving license in Germany? How expensive is it? How complicated is the whole process? What exactly makes Germans such disciplined road users? And what else do you need to know about getting your German driving license? Hop in, let's find out. There are several steps you need to take before you can even think about getting behind the wheel.
First, you need to pass an eye test. Then you must complete a first aid course.
Wait, what? Nah. Nah, Germany doing too much. Germany doing too much. Like, dude, when I say Germany doing too much, I'm just saying that out of surprise. But logically speaking, these are valid things, my guy. Like, you can't drive if you can't see. And you shouldn't be driving if you don't know how to save somebody off the streets. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And, oh, gosh. Whew, I'm new to this. Wow. Step one, learn, can you see first? That's the first thing. Can you see?
So that you're prepared if you get into an accident.
Are you okay?
Once you've done those, it's time to enroll at a driving school. German law dictates that you must attend at least 21 hours of theory classes and have 12 practical special training drives. Thought you could get a friend or a family member to teach you? Wrong. It has to be a
Not the American style, baby.
qualified instructor.
Brake, wheel.
That's a lot of steps. I got my license in Scotland when I was 17 and I didn't need to take an eye test or do a first aid course. My dad gave me a lot of my lessons and I think I did maybe 10 official hours of lessons. So quite a big difference there. What's it like in your country?
Here
We're not finna talk about that.
are some facts and figures about Germany. It has the highest number of registered passenger cars in the EU, around 49 million, and ranks third in Europe for traffic injuries per million inhabitants, after Austria and San Marino. But Germany has one of the lowest road death rates, at 3.3 per 100,000 inhabitants, compared to 6.6 Europe-wide, 10.8 in the US, and 14.6 worldwide. And one of the lowest rates of drink driving deaths. South Africa and the US have the highest.
Oh my gosh. Oh god. Whew. I guess that age 21 thing ain't really working out. You know what I mean? It's not working out. Because y'all, in Germany, you can drink it like age 14, right? I think that's the case.
Here in Germany,
You're allowed 0.5 milligrams per milliliter of blood, unless you cause any trouble on the streets. That's around 2 small beers for the average man, but maybe just 1 for me. Although, to be honest, I wouldn't advocate drinking and driving either way.
okay, now we're ready to start driving. I'm heading to a lesson, but to get there, I need to get onto the German Autobahn, which is famous for having no speed limit.
Onto the Autobahn. Not gonna lie, this always makes me a little bit nervous. Driving Safety Centre. Now it's time to start driving lessons. I'm meeting a certified driving instructor to get the lowdown on everything that these lessons entail.
Tada! So, kann's losgehen.
Ready?
Robert Fleming has been teaching Berliners to drive for 2 years. Berlin is a notoriously difficult city to learn how to drive in, so he seems like the best person to take me on a test drive.
So what does a block of driving lessons in Germany actually look like? What's the general idea?
Genau.
You have 12 hours of basic material, followed by 2 hours of class-specific material for Category B, the car driver's license. Then comes the theory test. After that, you can start your practical lessons straight away, and then the special training drives begin. Special training drives are for the highway, country roads, and night driving.
Beleuchtungsfahrt, auch Nachtfahrt, im Volksmund genannt.
How expensive is it to learn how to drive in Germany?
2 bands.
These days, I think you can or should expect to pay around 3,500 euros on average.
100 Euro annehmen.
On who? Y'all, average is the midsection. Meaning you can get it for $2,500, right? But it could be 5,000 too. Shit.
Practical lessons typically run from 900 to 2,000 euros in total. Special trips, aka nighttime drives, cost an extra 400 to 800 euros, and the practical exam itself can cost up to 250 euros. With registration fees and theory lessons on top of that, Germany is one of the costliest countries in the world to learn to drive in. Norway and Switzerland are considered the world's most expensive at around 4,000 euros, while countries like India, Thailand, and Russia are among the cheapest.
So do you think there's a reason why Germans are known for being such disciplined road users? Do you think the test is quite complicated?
Warum das so ist?
First of all, I believe that Germans like regulations. They like laws. They like to know how to behave.
Wie sich zu verhalten hat.
I think the other reason is that in Germany in particular, people have respect for other people's property. But even more than that, respect for their own property.
Aber vor allem noch viel mehr vor dem eigenen Eigentum.
We're on the Autobahn again, so back to that no speed limit thing.
I am very aware of the fact that on certain parts of the Autobahn there is no speed limit. What's your thought on that?
Ja,
The
also
old
dieses
myth that
uralte
there's no
Märchen,
speed
dass es
limit
keine
in Germany
Geschwindigkeitsgrenze
comes up
gibt in
time and
Deutschland,
again.
dass es
Yet
immer
there
wieder
are
vorkommt.
speed limits in
Es gibt ja in
Germany.
Deutschland trotzdem
On the
die
parts of the
Geschwindigkeit.
highway where most people
Da
think
auf den
there's none,
Autobahnstellen, wo die
there is
meisten
still a
Menschen sind,
recommended
da ist
speed
offen,
limit,
da gibt es
and
keine
that is 130 kilometers per hour on German highways. You can drive faster, it's technically permitted. You can
And a recommended speed limit is actually a speed limit. But 130 recommendation, hey, I'm just saying. I've driven before in Finland to be specific, and 100, I've actually seen a 120 speed limit road in Finland before. It's like this short, right? And it's fast. You're going. I don't know what's the conversion back to my American miles, but hey, it's moving. That's what I'll say.
drive 400 kilometers an hour for all I care. But you're taking on a huge responsibility for yourself as well as for the other road users. And if you have an accident, you may no longer have any insurance coverage since you are driving faster than the law permits you to under the best possible conditions.
I think the city of Berlin does have a bit of a reputation for having quite a high fail rate, doesn't it?
Yeah, so in the theory exam, almost half fail the first time.
Wow. Okay, admittedly, I did fail my theory the first time round.
Okay.
I failed mines in Finland, but mines is a little bit of an exception. I will give you that. I did my theory exam in Finland, and what happened was that I went to the spot. I was like, yo, what's good? The woman was in there, and I was like, yo, I need this for the exam. And she was like, oh, no, you already got that. I was like, oh, shit, say less. And I'm like, since I'm here, how much does the exam, how much it costs? And she was like, something. I don't remember how much she said. I was like, shit, could I do it right now? Like, just to see what it like? And then she's like, yo. And then I went in there and I actually did it. I was not done with the studies at all, but I already have a lot of road knowledge, right? Besides, most of them are common sense, right? And I went in there and I think I got 3 things wrong that prevented me from passing the examination. And I was like, oh shit, this is butter for me, baby. So yeah, I did fail the first time, but technically I'm not gonna really say I failed because but I did fail.
So somewhere between 40 and 50% fail on average in Germany. Very good. Already nodded our heads today. And in the practical, it's a good 30% of people
The pass or fail?
that fail on the first attempt.
Oh, that's pretty good.
China, Montenegro, Hungary, Japan, and Australia have the toughest test requirements.
Really?
While Bangladesh, Belarus, Egypt, India, and Mexico are among the easiest, with minimal theory and practical experience.
Geschafft! Well, thank you so much for teaching me how to drive in Germany. And what's the verdict? Do you think I would have passed?
I'd say you passed, but just barely. There are 2 or 3 little things you could pay more attention to in the future.
Hochschneiden, links rum ausfahren, aber macht nichts. Langsam, nicht zu nah an der Radfahrer. Ruhig mal den Schulterblick mit dem Schulterblick.
The rest, tip-top.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I really
Danke dir.
appreciate it. Dankeschön.
Dankeschön.
Okay, so you finally passed your test. Hooray! That means you don't need to worry anymore, right? Well, not quite. For 2 years, you're on probation. That means if you commit
What?
any violations during this time, you risk losing your license.
Hey, I rocks with that. Put them on probation. I rocks with that because, like, a lot of people, when they get their driver's license, they don't see it as a, oh my gosh, I'm privileged. They see it as, oh yeah, let's go crazy. You know what I mean? So probation actually puts you in line.
Okay, you're now a fully qualified driver. Simple, kind of. So there are a lot of steps involved, but to be honest, it does make me feel safer driving on the roads here, knowing that everyone around me clearly had to be a very good driver in order to be able to pass their test. How does the process compare to your country? Let us know in the comments.
Right on. Like, the fact that everybody had to go through that really makes you a little bit more comfortable. It's as simple as that. It's tedious, but tedious is never a bad thing when we're talking about life and death. Because when you go out there on the road to drive, I mean, come on, I'd rather a tedious examination than a simple one when we're talking about something that can literally take your life in a matter of seconds. You know what I mean? So, you know, like even something like hydroplaning. Is that what it's called? Hydroplaning? I don't even remember. But the hydro thing, right? With the water on the road. Like a lot of people don't really know about that, right? They're going to go in a hydro and they're going to hit the brake. And you don't want to do that. You want to let off gas, let off brake, steer, right? But the thing is, when it comes to driving, it's very important and it must be done the right way. So if you're not going to do it the right way, you might as well don't do it. It's as simple as that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And shout out to the Germans making it difficult to drive and also, you know, creating a safer environment by doing just that. So yeah, shout out to you guys. And shame, I'm not going to speak about the American driving system. And yeah, the video already, did enough. Like the United States, drunk driving. Oh my gosh. Golly, man. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.